vaccinate your kitties. It doesn't matter if you're overweight. It doesn't matter if you have no formal training. It doesn't matter that you can only run for 10 minutes. The key is to get a little bit better every day, and a great place to start is learning how to breathe. If you take a deep breath and your shoulders go up into the air, so if your deep breath looks like this, if you go, then what you want to do, you want to change from a vertical breather to a horizontal breather, belly breathing. Right? This is something I just learned within the past year and a half. It's completely changed my life. It's going to effortlessly improve your endurance and stamina, which means you're going to run for longer, you're going to recover faster, you're going to be calmer in high pressure situations on and off the field. It's going to take pressure off your spinal column. It's going to massage your internal organs, right? Put your hand on your stomach and I think that's step one. It's the most important skill you can learn because of the rule of 3. 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter, 3 weeks, give or take, without food or water. You'd be dead. That's why 3 minutes, right? 3 minutes without air. That's why breathing is the most important skill you can learn. After that, it's multi-directional movement and balance. Right? You want to be able to develop a warm-up routine, and it could look as simple as this. Right? If you get a piece of rope as long as you are tall, right? This is called an RMT rope. You could get it at your local hardware store for less than $10. Right? So this is taken from this boxer named Sugar Ray Leonard. So most people, when they jump rope, they start from behind and they jump through the rope. What's important is that you just move, breathe, swing the rope, and start to be able to just feel how your body feels. Move, breathe, bend, twist, right? Bend, twist, move, breathe. Right? You could go high circles, right? You could get low, getting up onto your toes, right? Even if you're injured, if you're in a cast, if you have a let's say you have a cat, let's say you broke your left arm and you broke your right leg, so you're in a wheelchair with a broken arm and a broken leg, you could still swing the rope around and get range of motion, get some good energy flowing, right? If they say that if the mind is clouded, you got to move your body, right? So breathing, moving, relaxed, right? So where do you start? You start right here, right? Get a rope, and with this rope, you bring this rope everywhere you go, and then you make your play perpetual, right? Everywhere you go, 60 seconds a day, you start swinging it, moving, breathing, before work, after work, before school, after school, and you could start to learn different movement patterns with the rope. There's one in particular called the alternating underhand sneak. And why it's so powerful is because it mimics, right? It'll teach you how to develop perfect running technique. It looks like this. And the way you learn it first is underhand swing, then you reach your arm behind your back, you grab your elbow, then from the elbow you grab your wrist, from the wrist you grab both handles, here, and then you go here, 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 right? I had to practice this for 3 days straight, every spare moment I got. So drill this over and over and over, here, and then from here you go over, 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 and then it's effortless. So this is, if you can master breathing, that's the first step to elevating. You could change the trajectory of your training so fast that you won't even recognize yourself in 2 weeks, 2 months, right? Even in 2 years, if you can master this foundation and just move, breathe, right? Because if you're going to develop multi-directional balance, what it's going to allow you to do is be more dangerous on the field. The more effective and efficient that you can move on the field, the more dangerous that you can be, because you could get A to B with less energy. So it allows you to. It's going to prevent injuries. It's going to make you more explosive. It's just, there's so many things that happen behind the scenes when you're swinging this rope around that I'm just going to stop talking about it because I could go on for days. And then with the ball, right? The question is, so question 1, can I learn belly breathing? Question 2 is, can I make an RMT rope? Question 3 is, can I bring a ball with me everywhere you go? Because then you could start to juggle and dribble, play perpetually. And then what's going to happen is the ball becomes a signal to the world that says, interact with me if you're a soccer player, right? Because people come up to you. You can make great friends, and anywhere you are, if you start to just play with the ball everywhere you go, and don't be afraid, right? Any player, any great player will always play with someone who will always help someone who's looking to improve their game, right? So if someone's juggling and they're looking for a training partner, and I know that maybe their skill isn't, and I know that they're trying to get better, I will always play with them, and I don't care how good or bad they are, right? So I think most players would always help players get better. So okay, so where do you start with juggling? You use different size balls. They say make skills easy, make strength hard. Doesn't matter if it's a balloon, bouncy ball, basketball, volleyball, whatever you can get your hands on. Any ball that you could bring with you. I think a size 1 ball or a tennis ball is ideal because it's super portable. If it's super portable, that means you're going to get more touches since you can bring it with you. Size 5 ball, it's a little bit unwieldy, but a tennis ball or a size 1 ball, you could throw that in your gym bag, you could throw it in your backpack, right? They could just stay on you, and then they start to become an extension of yourself, and you know, even dribbling, right? Dribbling with the hands, right? Just playing around with the ball is gonna you just get better understanding of it, right? So I would start. Don't get frustrated if you can't do more than 2 juggles. If you want to let the ball hit the ground, pop it back up. Let the ball hit the ground, pop it back up, right? If you can do that, right? I mess up, that's okay. Just pop it back up with the thighs, right? Just get lots of touches, breathing. Smell the flowers, blow out the candles. Smell the flowers, candles. Right? Nice and easy. Just be relaxed. Right, this is what they don't tell you, that you want to raise your training intensity while staying very relaxed. Right, so you spend 60 seconds a day. You wake up, maybe before work or before school. It's you know, multi-directional movement. So you're using an arm T rope, using a jump rope, and then you do 60 seconds of juggling. Right, just like that, nice and easy. 60 seconds, and then boom, right into dribbling sequences. There's one that I learned 27 years ago. It looks like this. It's called the Tom Turnbull dribbling sequence. And you say it out loud while you're doing it. You go outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. 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 60 seconds of that. Right, so you got 3 blocks, 60 seconds each. Right, that's a little warm up. Right, you could do that before a tryout. You could do that before work, before school. Anywhere you are, that's the rotation. Just starting out, right? It's not everything you need to know, but it'll certainly help. Right, it'll get you going in the right direction. Because once you can get the ball up, right? If you could juggle in a relaxed way, and then develop this dribbling sequence so that you could dribble and be relaxed with the ball at your feet, that allows you to get your head up. That allows you to make better passes, better shots on goal. So question 4 is, can I learn the Tom Turnbull dribbling sequence and practice for 60 seconds a day for 16 days straight? 16 days straight builds a habit, right? So even if you only spend, right, once you learn breathing and that's off your plate, since then you've internalized it, then it's, can I do this stuff for 60 seconds a day? You know, it's 3 steps. Moving around with a rope or a jump rope, juggling for 60 seconds, dribbling for 60 seconds. If you could start there, there's a lot of players that say, I see questions online all the time. They say, if I spend 3 hours a day training, will I make the pro team? Or 3 hours a day, or if I spend 2 hours every day training, will I make varsity or turn pro or make an academy team or this team or that team? Yet they won't even practice for 60 seconds a day. Right? Maybe they practice for 2 days straight, 3 hours a day, but then they burn themselves out. And then since they stopped it, then they feel bad about it. So it actually, their high goal actually acts as a deterrent to letting it become effort and joyful. The goal shouldn't be, Rich, you want to train to get better, but if you can just be here and be relaxed and joyful and moving as you're doing this sequence, the goal is just to get started. 60 seconds a day, build the habit. And hopefully this helps. Reach out with any questions. 508-505-1180. All right, thank you.